1989.
A little bit. Take that off. You smock. Don't listen to me. You can wear whatever the fuck you want if you want to. Haven't you people ever heard of closing the gosh darn door?
I don't know. I might have to put that back on.
What's good, Brandon Urian? This is your boy Thesis, aka Thesis himself from Vaping with Thesis. That's right. God bless it. Now look. Now, if you're wondering, I'm wearing a sway shirt for my own health because I feel like I'm getting a little feverish. How do you feel?
Fine.
Oh, you feel warm as heck. Haven't you people ever heard of closing the big barn door? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Exactly. Bitches. So, there's several things I was going to talk about that I don't remember. Oh, the hitter. So, welcome to Vaping with Thesis. First and foremost, my name's Kitties. We are working on a Warfle as we speak. So, I'm having a look at my phone for the Discord. And if you are wanting to join this Warfle, join the Ninja Militia, hit us up on the Discord, and figure it out. There's 9 more Cantigos left there, amigo. So do it up. All right. And tonight we are welcoming new sponsors. This is super fun. I love doing this. Huge shout out to Inikin, sponsor of Vaping with These, an official sponsor, as well as a sponsor of sponsored by As Vape, as well as now sponsored officially by Vaporesso, which is phenomenal. Now,
You
granted,
have to get a new screen up in the back.
yes, no. For hardware, we're gonna have to figure this out because hardware is usually 1 month terms at the sponsorships that I do, only because it's easier to do it. Like, just send me all your fucking products for me to give away or to do drawings for. Where liquid I like because it's long term.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Inikin will go up for sure because Inikin's always the Vape Russ has always treated me pretty good. As Vape has treated me like a fucking red-headed stepchild that's been banging at the back door for 6 months. I'm like, I'm hungry. Please just let me in. Like, fine, but you're only staying for the weekend. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
That's the way As Vape, or not As Vape, Asgard. Huh?
I'm not a moderator.
You're not a moderator? I delete. So, and I feel bad because Shane hit me up, was really upset.
You took a wrench.
I was gonna say I took everyone's wrenches away. If you still have a wrench, feel lucky because Rocky probably distracted me and I just stopped deleting them. I even deleted my own wife's.
Yeah, I don't
wrench.
have a wrench.
And it's not on purpose. I was just doing it one day because it was just there. So I didn't even know who I was deleting. Mandy. How do I add her as a moderator? I don't remember how to do this. There we go. Bam. Moderators. So yeah, big shout out to Inikin. And we were just talking earlier about in the pre-show in the Zoom. Nas did put me down for a spot, or do need to send money before I get the spot. No, I can put you down for a spot. Just send it. And it's not profit. This is this is a non-profit Warfle. So I don't want to call it charity. It's not, like, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's not going towards me. Without a snapback and your hood on, you kind of look like a nun. I appreciate that. That could be a compliment. That could be a fetish for some people. I feel like it might be. Dude, did you ever go to what's going on, everybody? We're going to shout everybody out. Jay Feezy, my people, what up? Bless you. And the wifey, thank you so much. God bless you, sir. Jason Witt, hello, and she deserved it. Take it. That's probably true, Jason. That's probably, you know what? We should make you earn it back. You will have your wrench back in 3 blowjobs.
What?
You will have your wrench back in 3 blowjobs. Be happy. What was that face for?
Nothing.
Closing the gosh darn door. Am I the only one in here? I hate saying the Lord's name in vain. Damn it, Dale. Luann, put some clothes on. Tell me about your day, baby. Tell me about it. I have no more water. This is it. Why would you give me a small little glass?
Okay.
Sorry. No, it's not. It's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. Sorry. I've been blaming her for a lot of shit for the past hour.
All
and a half.
day. Since I got home.
No.
Yes.
My music is on soundcloud.com/thesis himself. And I am currently, I have already recorded the verse for my brother-in-law, her brother Dylan, in their band. And I will be doing the overdubs. Not tomorrow because we'll be busy tomorrow, but hopefully Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. So there is new stuff on the way. And it will be exclusively available on Patreon first, and then we will do not on Patreon. How exciting is that? Haven't you people ever heard of closing the gosh darn door? I want to make a country version. Closing the big red door, big barn door.
Yeah.
Big barn door. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it with a fucking twang though. I bet I could do it with an up north accent.
Probably.
Close the door, don't you know? Something stupid. Okay, how was your day? Ooh, your legs
It
feel
was good.
firm. You've been-
Good.
you've been-
I don't know. Work has been a little sketchy. It's just a little
Yeah.
worrisome.
Yo, your hips are extra hippie today.
Okay.
Sorry. Continue. Work has been sketchy.
No, I shouldn't say sketchy, just worrisome.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're definitely on the verge of like a recession.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't get any worse. I mean, we're steady. I have clients on my books, but it's just nothing like it was before the shutdown.
Here's the deal. No, yeah, 100%. But this month is the first month in 6 months that I have felt it feels like I've won the lottery because I made an extra $1,000 because of sponsorships. And that's, that's sad, which is fine. Like, I'm super grateful. It's one of those things where, like, when you're used to something and then all of a sudden it goes away, like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm broke.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now.
Exactly. And
Because like working as a stylist, like it's literally climbing the totem pole. And they say that. Can you turn my headphones up, please? They say, like, they tell us in beauty school, like, if you're gonna make a career out of being a stylist, it's gonna take you 5 years to figure that out. And that's literally where I'm at right now. I literally hit 5-year mark this summer while we were in quarantine. But like before we got locked down, I was like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, this is okay. Now I can make a living off of this. And now I'm like back to where I was when I started.
Actually, that's a good way to put it.
I also only working 3 days a week though, because I just don't have my books aren't full enough to.
Also, people aren't spending the money they were.
No, if I added another day, I would just be spreading the clients that I already have out thinner.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I don't know. I'm hoping, we'll just ride this out through the spring. But
I was say, much like with my industry, like, it's either feast or famine, but like I got used to a solid year of income from Patreon and sponsors and whatnot. And this is the first month, and like I'm like was not head over heels. I was like fucking stoked the other day when we went and took that family day, which I really needed.
Yeah, I did too.
It was super nice. But like, I made the same money this month that I did 6 months ago, but 6 months ago I did not appreciate it in the same way that I did this time.
No, if I were to get a paycheck like I did in before March, February.
What the fuck? It's a month. Yeah.
If I were to get a check right now like I did in February,
I feel like we won the lottery.
Fall over.
Yeah. Like paying which is I'm still not complaining. I still get to do my fucking favorite thing.
I was just gonna say, like, at this point,
pretty crazy.
I was just gonna say, at this point, like, I'm super grateful I have a job. The people who do come in and can afford and feel comfortable with being consistent have been, and everybody's been super supportive. It's just that I was talking to one of my clients about it today, and I was listening to the radio last week, and it was like, what are the top 5 things that people say they can't wait to get back to? Number 2 on the list was getting their hair done.
No way.
Yeah, so that just proved to me, I'm like, how many people are still not coming into a salon, which is fucking crazy because we are cleaner than probably 90% of the places that everybody's going to.
I'm not even talking about hair places, but your place is cleaner than most stores. What I found, so check this out. I didn't even think about this until now. I was listening to a podcast. I don't even want to mention the name. It was a newer podcast I just started listening to, and they started complaining about people dropping because of the pandemic on their Patreon page. And I was like, yo, this is really unattractive. That's some super, what's the word I'm looking for? Not just ungrateful.
Not something you need to be
apologizing. Not something you should be complaining about. If someone hits you up and like, hey, I still love you guys' shit, I just can't afford to be on Patreon right now. The last fucking thing you should be doing is complaining. You should be counting your lucky stars and thanking God that you have a fucking job and something you like
or
doing.
Somebody that's respectful enough to let you know.
Yeah, that's fucking sad, dude. Like, not uncouth. There's a unsavory. No, it's just super. I don't know what the word is, but it made me angry. I was like, I would never fucking complain about that shit, dude. Yeah. You had the balls. You had the heart to support something you like, and now that you can't, you feel bad. Don't feel bad, bro. And then for your fucking people you support to complain about it, kiss my ass. Oh, Because I fell asleep with my boots on.
My feet are sweaty.
Well, they're just like, yeah, they're sweaty, but luckily my feet never stink.
I don't know. It's like, it's something, I guess.
What?
Just this whole work situation. My job has changed tremendously. Like, I almost feel like it's just not the same. So I work for you guys, like, obviously you guys know I'm a hairstylist, but for you guys that don't know, like, I work for an employee-based salon. So I work for a company. I don't work for myself. I don't rent my space. And so the benefit of that is like health insurance, dental, 401k, paid time off, all of those things. But I worked with a group of like 30 plus employees. And when we came back, we made the decision to split in half, and half of us work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The other half work Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, or anything allotted in the days that you're given. So there's half of the amount of people there. So it's super quiet already. And then on top of that, beforehand, say I was going to color somebody's hair. I put the color on. While that color processes, I was taking another client in that space, whether I was giving somebody a haircut or I was applying another color.
Yeah.
And that's not an option anymore. So when I'm doing a color, like, I'm just doing that color. So not only is the salon slower already, but I'm now only taking half of the amount of clients that I was previously. So just like, it's so different, and like the energy is different. I would say a lot of it is positive change. I like that it's quieter there. I like that things are a little slower pace. Sometimes it's harder to get through the day because it is slow, but there's definitely things about it. I like a lot of the clients are like, it's nice that it's quiet in here. It used to be just so like, it was high energy, high pace, which is great. It's a great environment to work in. But now that I've seen the other side of it, I really enjoy that too.
Yeah, there's parts of, because you also said that the last recession that happened in 2008, he's like, anyone that can make it through the recession came out ahead on the other side.
Came out better on the other side.
I'm grabbing water.
So our bosses have owned this company for 20 plus years. So they saw the recession in 2008. And when we had our first meeting, I think it was after we were back in the salon, we checked in, touched base a lot of times during the lockdown because we were laid off for 3 months. And it wasn't just like, all right, guys, locking the salon up, we'll see you in 3 months. It was like, okay, so we've got 2 weeks. Okay, so now we've got 2 weeks. And now another. So it was just like always like, okay, what's going to happen? And what's going to happen? And what's going to happen? When we finally got back to work, our first staff meeting we had afterwards, our bosses were just like, we just want you guys to be aware. We're seeing a lot of very familiar patterns in what we saw in 2008. So we want you guys to be prepared. We want you guys to like know what's coming and just like know what's ahead of you. But the people who stuck through it are now like our top earners.
Jesus! You're a motherfucker.
You are.
It's not funny. Oh, fuck. E-Rock.
Here it is. Ready? Here, look. I waited till you would be in
Amanda.
Screen. Here, it's right here. I waited to make sure you
Fuck, man, that's been a long time. I didn't even see that shit coming.
I know you didn't. The fact that like it's dead silent in here when you come through the door isn't like, or I'm not sitting here. Like that's never a.
Usually it would be, but it's been so long since you've done
I know
that.
it has been a long time.
Fuck, I don't know if my heart's ready for that.
I bet you're awake now.
I'm fucking awake. Woo. Haven't you people ever heard of Stop Scaring Thesis?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. That shit got my heart going. Feel that. We don't have a pulse. What are we getting at? Oh, so the brush too. So what's that?
Melissa just sent me a message that Austin was going to try and warn you. The difference is his phone was down here, so there's no way you could have. And Melissa said, "No, you can't do it. We only get to warn Mandy."
No, what's fun is if you were able to warn me. What if I scared you trying to scare me?
But I don't get scared. You try. The boys try all the time.
I know.
You're like, Mom, you didn't even get scared. I'm like, because I knew it was like. I knew.
But how do you
work.
know? You know, I think only
my
which.
Mom.
It's only
senses.
which women. Mom senses?
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Thank you, Angel, for the super chat, by the way, bro. Appreciate the hell out of it. There was something specific I wanted to discuss. Oh, that's what it was. How many everyone watching, how many of you guys have changed your vape habits since the pandemic?
What do you mean by vape habits?
So just in terms of purchase habits or just vaping in general? I can tell you mine has changed dramatically. So like just as an example, not just since the pandemic, but also since, vapocalypse, I've purchased concentrate in bulk, like a year and a half to 2 years worth. So grab that big bottle right there, please. I can reach it myself if I wanted to, but I'm asking because you're closer.
But I can't.
I can't. Well, your arm's too small, you fucking. Hey, don't gotta be a rude butt face. How many months is that ago?
September
what?
A month ago.
September 15th. And I have only gone through 8 ounces of my daily vape. Albeit I've got a bottle in the car and a bottle in the bathroom and a bottle in almost all the rooms in the house and the garage and in the shop and stuff. So I've filled occasionally with those, but 90% of it is filled with this. I've tried to cut back in terms of just so I can have liquid just in case shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
And just because I was legit scared that with the pandemic shit, I was legit scared we were going to lose all of our jobs. And
have you heard about vape dudes?
Yeah, they're still good. They're still open. And when I asked them for a sponsorship, they said, how about we give you a 15% off permanent coupon on top of our regular coupons? And I'm like, how do you do that? They're like, log in and look. And I logged in, and then I logged in under incognito. And for my account only, the prices are just 15% off, period.
Wow. With
a 25 to 35% off. Because like they just do a season long coupon. Like, summer 25% off. You know what I mean?
But really, they just jack up their prices. The coupon just marks them at their regular price.
A little bit, but like their prices aren't expensive. Like because their prices are pretty. There might be $5 more. You know what I mean? Without the coupon code, there might be like $5. Like a 120 ml bottle is probably 30-ish.
So Joey said less purchasing. Georgia Boy said he has. Cloud Chaser says I've changed my habits to. Joshua said I was hella scared. I got supplies for 6 years of 6 milligram liquid.
Holy shit! He has me beat by 4.5 years.
Yeah. Angel said, being a truck driver, the pandemic was kind of a blessing when we were in lockdown because the roads calmed down a lot.
I was gonna say I knew a couple of truck drivers that said that they were having a surge of work.
Oh, I'm sure
because like
everybody was ordering everything online.
Well, not just ordering online, but like shit, like toilet paper.
Oh,
like
just a lot more.
Like Charmin hired, from what I remember, one of the ex-militia members quit his job to move because it was a sign-up bonus of like $5,000 to work for just shipping for one of the toilet paper company. But it was probably a 6 months, 6 to 8 month or some type of gig. Mm-hmm. But he's like, the pay was almost double what he was making. I'm like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah. A lot of people are talking about how they've just switched over to DIY.
That's
a lot of people in here are commenting.
That's the one I was waiting for. So I've been buying the same vape juice for the same e-liquid for 5 years, since 2015. I probably switched completely over in 2016 to Vape Dudes Ice Ice.
Mhm.
And since then, I would buy 8 bottles at a time, and 8 bottles would get me well through the summer because, yeah, what I started doing was I started buying 16 milligram 50/50 and using that as a concentrate, and I would dilute it with just vegetable glycerin, about a third. So what's a third of 16 milligrams?
Four?
4, no, that's 12.
No.
So like 6-ish,
Yeah.
6 milligrams. So yeah, 6 milligrams is the third. So what's 2/3? So 12 milligrams, and it would do a third VG and 2/3 of my regular Vape Dudes Ice Ice. And it stretches out in terms of money. 300 and how much did I pay? $300, $320 is going to last me and Mandy's dad, because he vapes the same liquid I vape, over a year and a half each. So like if it was just me, it would be 3 years for $100 a year. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this because it seems like a bunch of money to spend on e-liquid, but and I have it all sealed.
But okay, but let's talk about but as we were talking about that conversation, we then compared it to how much money you would be spending
on cigarettes,
if you were smoking cigarettes,
not to
because
mention the
it was
health.
like a carton a week.
Yeah, so if
And
I
we
was
looked it up, and it's like what, $80 a carton or
$80,
something like that?
you're talking 80. That's $320 a month,
Yeah.
and
now
that's
we're talking
$320 for 2 years or
Yeah.
3 years for
Yeah.
one person. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But the DIY one, everybody I know that's a serious vapor, not everybody, a big percentage of the people I know that are serious vapors are just straight getting a liquid barn DIY.
So Adam Pines just said, I literally just stopped doing DIY after 3 years because of how affordable things are now.
That's funny that he did the opposite.
Yeah. But I guess that makes sense. Like, if because when
Yeah.
things came out, like, how much were you paying for a bottle of liquid?
It was $1 to $1.20 per milliliter.
And what is it now?
I don't even know if you can equate it like that. 120. Let's just go ahead and look this up. Let's just check out just a random site. Heroes. Who's Heroes? What Heroes? Heroes. Someone help me out. They're in Texas. Laser Wolf Neon e-liquid. Just pulling it out of my ass.
Yeah, Melissa just said that's how we always compare how much we budget vaping. It was comparing by how much we would be spending if we were smoking.
Yep.
Oh, wait. He said, no, I stopped doing 2 years ago because I found an Aegis Connect. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, Adam.
Okay. He found an Aegis Connect. 3 milligrams, 100 milliliters is now $25. Where when I started vaping, it was $1.20 a milliliter. So it was $30, give or take, $5 for a bottle of 30 milliliter e-liquid. So what is that in terms of dollar per liquid, $1 per milliliter? 100 divided by 25, not 25. This one is 60 milligram. Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck. What is that? 25 cents? 100 divided by 25, just make sure.
$4.
Four. It's 4. For what? Oh, you silly dog.
Mike, you might have to.
So it's 4 milliliters per dollar, right? So it's 25 cents.
There you go.
Yeah, it's about a quarter of a milliliter now.
And it used to be like $1.
It was a lot more.
Okay.
I was paying for back when they had 15 mil bottles, I was paying easily $1 a milliliter.
Wow.
At least. Some of the more premium e-liquids were way more.
Wow. Is it just because it's so over flooded now that people have to, or is it because things got more affordable?
I think it's just, when I started, it was a relatively new industry, and as with any new industry, prices are super inflated. There really probably wasn't as many people making e-liquid as there was, in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
There wasn't these giant factories and laboratories making stuff.
It was mostly just like small business.
Yeah, it was a lot of small businesses. So of course the prices are going to be higher, but it's all people are going to pay what they feel it's worth, and it was still way cheaper than buying cigarettes.
Yeah, no kidding. When Nas and I were in the car the other day and I looked up how much a carton of cigarettes were, like I remember when I was working at the gas station and they were like a pack of cigarettes was like $2. Maybe. I think if you got a coupon or something on sale in the cheap cigarettes, you could still get a pack of cigarettes for 99 cents.
I'm sure it depends on what state you're in too, with taxes, and you pay a lot in taxes on.
Well, I didn't even remember. I mean, so this was probably 8 or 9 years ago when he was still smoking. His mom had a friend who would go either to like South Dakota or down to Iowa and buy cigarettes because they were cheaper because of tax and that kind of stuff. But
oh yeah, it's funny when I was younger.
So I think I figured it's a. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
We'd go up to visit my family up in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
My mom and dad would they smoked, and they would take a carton of cigarettes each because cigarettes are fucking super expensive up in Canada.
Oh, really?
And so they would take a carton of cigarettes each, and then they would, I'm trying to think of how old I had to be. I think it was 15 or something like that. And they would take an extra carton of cigarettes, one for me and one for my sister. We didn't smoke, but we.
But you could claim that you did?
But they could claim that we did. And,
oh my gosh.
And nothing would happen. Obviously, those would go to my aunt and uncle or whatever. But yeah, it was ridiculous. I didn't even know how much a pack of cigarettes in Canada is right now, but it's got to be stupid.
That's what I think it's around a quarter of what it used to be, because I think it's.
No, now we're talking about cigarette prices.
I know that because I tried to say it, but I don't know if anyone heard me when I walked back in. Because it's 4 milliliters per dollar. But yeah, the prices of I remember back in the day, my aunt, we would have my aunt, half my family lives in the res.
That's what I was just talking about.
Yeah, so my mom would have, my family on the res just buy cartons of cigarettes from North Dakota, and it was, at the time it was way fucking cheaper. $80 for a carton of cigarettes. It's crazy. You're paying money to kill because now that's how I view it. Back then I was like, oh, there's my body. I do what I want, which is true. Like, you should have the freedom to kill yourself if you want to. It doesn't matter. Excuse me. But paying $80 for a carton of cigarettes seems
that smell.
I know.
Really bad.
I know. I just had a bite of mole. It was fucking fantastic. It's like I think it's amongst one of my top meals that I forget that I'm in love with.
Holy shit.
What's that?
Chicago is between $75 and $100 for a carton right now.
That's crazy. That's the same here, right? 80?
Yeah, 80. I'm trying to find Canada right now, but our internet is fucking garbage.
What's wrong with your internet? Holy shit.
$15 a pack.
$125 for a carton. And I don't agree with that either. Like, I don't agree. Like, you know what's funny is they never tax alcohol like that.
Yeah.
They never tax alcohol like that.
I want to just find like Marlboros. I don't know if they have. I don't know, because I don't recognize any of these.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you Canada was the reason I started smoking cigarettes at 13? On an off the wall way. So my uncle had was a machine operator at.
Yeah. Okay. So Marlboros are, $14, $30, $15 to $12, $13.
$2 a gallon,
yeah.
a carton.
But like $13 a pack. That's so crazy. Anyway, go ahead.
So speaking of a gallon, we'll talk about that in a minute. So my uncle used to work for a trash collection company, but he didn't collect the trash. He was a machine operator, crane operator. And he would come, he was living with us at the time. We were 13. And he would come home with sometimes good shit, like a fiberglass ladder or like a decent working stereo. Just weird shit. Just something like, wow. Because I just today threw away a couple of perfectly good things. So I get why people do it. But he had come home once with a tote box, like a 55-gallon tote, the big tote boxes of cigarettes that were thrown out of a gas station. It just went, the gas station went out of business. And so they just threw, but they were all Canadian cigarettes. And that's when I had tried my first menthol. And that's when I had that's full-fledged smoker.
Started.
And my brother and I challenged each other who could smoke more cigarettes without getting sick.
If that doesn't explain you and your brother, I don't know what else does.
What do you mean?
That's just like very much your guys' relationship. Hey, there's this like really gross, kind of addicting, dangerous thing. So let's see
who doesn't die first.
Who doesn't die first?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So First person to throw up loses, and then the reward was a pouch of, what are they called? Cigars, like Swisher Sweet cowboy, like hand rolled with like tobacco coming out of the end. Looks like a fucking joint, but it's brown.
I was gonna say, does anybody smoke
Cigars?
like Black and Milds and stuff like just on their own, or do they only use them for?
I used to.
I would say my nephew, he's hood like that.
Okay.
I used to, but what did they call the ones? There's a word for like they're like
Popeye.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, I don't know what he's trying to do.
like those they're Swisher Sweets, but they had like tobacco. They're like hand rolled. What's going on, Carlos? Carlos Gonzalez. Yeah, they're like backwoods. That's not what they outlaw. Boom. Fucking Carlos knew exactly what I'm talking about. So the reward at the end of us getting sick of this is first person to throw up loses, and the person who wins gets more tobacco products. So we had stolen this fucking. We didn't steal it. It was just out in our barn. We're 13.
Yeah.
And had access to lighters. It wasn't our parents' fault. They had no idea that my uncle even brought it home. He didn't tell anybody. He was keeping it for himself. Little did he know, he was sharing it with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, backwoods. Not the backwoods one. They're called the Outlaws. The Outlaws cigarillos. Yes, sir. Yep. Oh, and they were. And it's one of those things where it's really gross, but like every once in a while, I get a craving for like a Swisher Sweet.
Is it like a light cigar?
No, it's like a hood rat cigar. It's like it's only meant to be a blunt. Like let's be honest about it.
No, Mike said he used to smoke them.
So did we. It's not a good cigar. You would never compare that to a Cohiba or something.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, is it?
My favorite was the chocolate Phillies.
I couldn't do those. Any of the Phillies kind of like.
And those made good blunts too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Swisher Sweets.
I know, but is it supposed to be like between a cigarette and a cigar? Is that like?
That's what a cigarillo is. Yeah. No, because Swisher Sweets, I remember, had a filtered cigar too.
There's a filter on it?
Yeah, but it was like a Swisher, like it was cherry flavored. So there was this one, and I
guess I don't understand the difference then.
My heart hurts still right now till this day. Like not like physically, but like nostalgic. I've been searching for an e-liquid that could reproduce a flavor that I've never even come close to. There was one company that made something similar, but that's about it. It was me and Jesus had to have been 14 at the time, 14, 15, and Camel 14, probably 13. Camel had come out with these flavored, and they were in tins, and I'll never forget these ones because it was, and I had found one at an antique shop. God, that's how old we are. I found one at an antique shop, and you open up the tin, and it's called Orangerine or it was a tangerine mint, by Camel, and it legitimately it makes me want to cry. That was, if I could think about any time in my life that I could go back to and live permanently, it would be when the boys were probably 2 and 3, maybe 3 and 4. Because Rocky was still sleeping a lot. And me and my brother's life at that very moment when he got his favorite Camel cigarettes, we had a hookup at the gas station. This is horrible to talk about. It's the truth. And I'm not glorifying smoking. It's a horrible idea. I wish we would have never got into it, period. If I could have chose to not have a nicotine addiction, I would. But that flavor just brings me back to when life was perfect. How sad is that this cigarette flavor brings me back to that? But it's the truth. It's a tangerine, with a subtle mint, but not like a menthol. It was a mint. Let's be clear. And there was am I making this up? I swear to God, this is real. Camel. Mike, can you please pull this up? Camels? It was a flavor, and they were in tins, and the one I'm talking about was a tangerine. Look at the comments. Will you please? I want to see if anyone knows.
No, they're just talking about how Melissa said that she said when my mom caught me smoking at 12, she made me smoke a whole pack of Marlboro Light 100s at once, and all it made me do was like menthols. Angel said I love Black and Milds, and Will says Black and Milds aren't used for Blizzy.
I've watched my nephew roll it, so
And Amanda said close to the same. Newports for over 20 years then and same since 12.
Joshua
That's so
Hatfield knows what I'm
crazy.
talking about. Can I give a shout out to Amanda again one more time? Because her ass has been a part of the channel Lulu, since almost day one.
Mhm.
She was the first person to write a novel on the fucking YouTube channel. And I was like, I'm not reading all this, but I'm gonna reply.
Will Boyle says it's a nasty flavor with a black and mild. Ugly Kid Seth said raw wrappers with tips.
Yeah.
Havana honeys are good.
No, they wouldn't turn rainbow. I don't know what that is. HJ Withrow says
Joshua said I remembered flavored camels.
Yep. HJ says the same thing.
Specifically the orangish colored ones.
Yes, that's what so the one I'm talking about is a tangerine.
Oh yeah, Carlos said Camel had a gang of flavors in those tins.
Yep. But and I've never had an e-liquid come close to. That's not true. There was one. I wouldn't have probably even remembered these cigarettes that I'm talking about if it wasn't for this one specific flavor that someone had said. Actually, it's called Fat Man's. They don't actually exist anymore. It's called Fat Man's. So half this e-liquid shelf that I've got over here, I keep for nostalgia. There's one in particular called the Vendetta Project. The best marketing I've ever seen. Some of the deepest flavors in terms of like if you like a complicated a complex palate, you have a complex palate, they made 5 pounds look like a kindergarten class. And then the name Vendetta Project, and in terms of the bottling and the labeling, they were so far ahead of their time. And I've gotten comments recently within the past 2 years on videos from 2013 14 asking me about the Vendetta Project e-liquid. And it's so unfortunate that they went out of business as soon as they started, basically, like, within a few months. There's so many companies like that I remember, and I think about it like, because it's so fast paced from my perspective, because I get boxes of products, but there are a lot of things that will bring back nostalgia. Thank you so much, Mike. Nostalgia and memories that I realize, like, whoa, this is a big part of my life. Like, vaping has been the mainstay of my life for the past 7 years. Which is crazy. Sorry, I just had to go on a nostalgic tangent. There it is. You found it. Oh, there's no. Yep, Mandarin Mint. There it is. It's Mandarin Mint. Oh my god. Cigarettestopedia. It's called Camel Exotic Blends. Now,
yeah,
I'm
Carlos just said that.
Yep, is Mandarin Mint. That's what I'm talking about. I knew I wasn't crazy. Sometimes I feel like there's false memories in my brain. Sometimes, like, maybe it didn't happen. Camel Exotic Blends. Mandarin Mint.
Do you think they're still for sale?
No, they were illegal because they banned flavors. Back in
2013.
2013. That was when it was. Wow. So
a long time ago.
I have searched. I have searched on eBay and I have found unopened tins. I don't know if they were the same, but unopened tins because I was on a Tobacciana search, like things that brought back memories. And I found unopened tins for upwards of $100. But dude, if anyone wants to be the nicest person in the world, I would buy you a blowjob if you could find me a pack of unopened Mandarin Mints.
Would you actually?
Oh my god, right here on eBay.
Would you smoke them? Or would you just smell it?
Be good?
Oh, they're only $7
for the tin.
Oh, it's empty.
Yeah, it's an empty tin. I just want to smell it, and because if I can send that to someone who's a e-liquid savant, and they could, get that flavor.
I don't think it would be the same.
Of course not, but I wouldn't want to smoke cigarettes though.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to, I wouldn't expect it to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
But like that is a dream, a Mandarin Mint tin mod or and again, I'm not trying to glorify cigarettes. I'm like in my head, it's just a nostalgic thing.
I think everybody in here can relate to how you're feeling.
Here we go, right? Oh my god. Yeah, here's a vintage tin that was sold years ago for $35, but they stopped doing I
remember when they banned flavors because you can't even buy menthol in St. Paul anymore.
Yeah, how sad
and it was
that?
like such a big deal because I work right next to a Walgreens and people were like, because it's like the only place on the bus line that you can really stop to buy anything. People were up in arms.
It was 2006 when it was banned. 2006 it was banned. Yep.
The Camels?
Yep, the Camels. They agreed to stop selling candy flavored. I hate when they call it candy flavored. It wasn't candy flavored. Here we go. This is You can't see how much it's sold for. Yeah, these were. I remember them going for $100, like hundreds of dollars. Not hundreds, like $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, empty. God, if somebody could fucking figure out how to recreate that flavor, I would go into debt.
I always thought it was really funny. We know this person who smokes regular cigarettes, but she does it with a cough drop in her mouth.
We do?
Yeah. My dad's neighbor.
Oh, that's right.
She doesn't like menthol cigarettes, but she has like a pack of, and she only sucks on a cough drop while she smokes. And when she's done smoking, she takes the cough drop out and puts it back in the thing and puts it in her pack of cigarettes. It's so weird.
That's disgusting.
It's so weird.
I didn't know that. I knew that she had one in her mouth.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is you don't realize how bad you fucking smell when you smoke. Like, I never knew.
Oh,
when someone walks into a store or something and they just
somebody walks into work, I'm like,
because I remember back in the day, like I'd be like, I've always felt like I smelled always delicious. Like I'm very particular about how I smell. My showers are ridiculous. And I was the same way my whole life. But I would smoke a cigarette and I'm like, I wouldn't smell it at all. And I'd be like, oh, I smell delicious. But then when someone's like, oh my God, you smell like cigarettes. I'm like, you're crazy. Now when I smell somebody, I want to throw up.
mm-hmm. It's not so bad when somebody, like if somebody has just come in from outside smoking a cigarette, like you can kind of smell it and it's not great. But it's like when somebody's been smoking in their car and it's like
stale
in their clothes and in their hair, or like when I shampoo somebody's hair and it just like,
you know what's crazy? There hasn't been a cigarette smoked in this house since I got mom to quit. Since I quit.
No, we've had a couple of visitors who have.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Terry does.
Oh, Terry, and it sucks because I've tried to get her to quit so many times. I was able to get my mom. I got my brother to quit, but he chain vapes, and he lives an hour away. So like when he does, like he goes through 120 mils in 3 days. I've gone through 8 ounces since September 15th. That's when they labeled this bottle. How many days has it been? Wow, 26 days, 8 ounces. What is that? Let's divide that. How many milliliters are in 8 ounces? 240. So 240, let's say, just to be safe, we're going to say 260 because I've filled a couple other times. 260 divided by, so 10 milliliters a day. That doesn't seem right because I fill twice. I fill once in the morning and once at night.
Yeah.
I must be filling with other bottles.
Melissa, so she's talking about how her parents smoked in the house. So when I first met Nas, he lived in this apartment in St. Paul.
Oh, it's yellow.
And just wait. And the walls were like off-white. And when I moved in and got pregnant, the dog was peeing on everything because he was really mad at me. He just didn't want me there. And so when I was one day, I was like nesting and starting to clean, and there was a spot that he had peed on the wall. So I washed the wall, and the walls were painted white underneath.
Gross.
It was. So then it just turned into a day of bleaching the walls, because once you realized how bad it was, you stepped into.
And I've always been even when I smoked cigarettes, like I was always super good about having an air filter, like having a fan in the window, even in the wintertime. You know what I mean? How nasty. Like how, I don't know.
Ugly Kid Seth has asked this a couple of times. Did you ever put a cinnamon toothpick in a Black and Mild?
Never. So I'm not a hood rat like you. Sorry. A cinnamon toothpick? Like a piece of wood?
Chef,
thank you so much.
Chef, it surprises me that you guys even allow that on your patio. Chef said there's a couple that sits on our patio at the restaurant, and they literally both go through at least 2 packs of cigarettes as they're eating. I'm surprised you guys let them smoke.
Hold on a second. Is that Shane Smith?
It is.
Sup, Shane? Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bam! Wrench back. What, son? Been waiting. I was hoping he wasn't coming. Let's see. So as a heads up, you watched the beginning of the show. Mandy got her wrench deleted, son.
Yeah, I just got mine back today.
She just got hers back. And I almost took it back again and said, fucking, hey. I don't remember what I said. I said she had to work it back. Let's see.
A good kid, Seth. He said, it was great. I know how it sounds, but it was the shit in high school.
I didn't know that was a thing. Did anyone else know that putting cinnamon sticks in your black mouths were a thing? I don't know.
don't
Why is
even
everyone like
think
black mouths are
the
gross?
gas station that I work for refused to even sell rolling papers, so I don't even think we probably had black and milds.
Why?
Because the owner thought that the only reason people bought rolling papers were for joints,
Well,
so she wouldn't sell them.
I remember my brother and I when we bought.
So we had like a whole box because like when the loose tobacco companies would send the
It always comes with
came
one.
and so we had like a whole when the gas station closed and we had to like there was like a whole box full of just
rolling papers. It's not normal.
Well, no, it was a really weird small town. I didn't say there was anything.
She can close your toolbox. Yeah, that's fucking weird, Mandy. I don't understand. Well, back in the day. See, I always grew up. I don't know.
Oh shit! Chef said that there are still bars in Missouri that allow smoking.
That's illegal in Minnesota. Yeah.
You can't fucking even hardly smoke a cigarette on the sidewalk.
Yeah, in Minnesota, it's messed up too because I remember going to city council meetings for years, just up until me and Josh went recently to Minneapolis for vaping in vape shops. Like we have to fight for it, but you can go into a tobacco shop that sells pipe.
Oh, we
tobacco
have a cigar store
and
right up the street.
Yep, you go to a cigar shop
or cigar bar or something.
And you can go smoke all cigars you want. But if you fucking even bring up vaping in a vape shop, what about the children? Don't let them in. How's that?
No, there's a cigar bar right like half a mile from my work, and they have like patio chairs and lawn chairs outside, and the old weird men in their velvet jackets sit outside and smoke cigars.
Really, velvet jackets?
And in California, it's kind of like that too. That you can cigar shops can technically set up like a club, like a membership. As long as you're a paid member, then you can smoke cigars in their lounge. Because
it's not technically a public space then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super genius to get around that. Ron, I remember Vegas. We used to use Vegas for extracurricular activities, getting Italian and whatnot with oregano. Here's the thing: is I don't do blunts though. People who smoke blunts, they're not good people. You know what I mean? They're not. They're generally not good people. Blunts are for bad people usually. Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say they're bad. They're not as. How about this? They might be good people for the. There's just like in any.
I think Mike's trying to say that you're taking a hit on him.
I'm not taking a hit on him. He's taking a hit off a blunt. That's a difference.
It's been a long time since I smoked a blunt, but
me too.
You guys,
it used to be in our rotation.
Oh, for sure, it was in ours as well. However,
there's no way that would be a possibility for me.
How
do you do that on your own?
My cousin Dom, a whole blunt to the dome, and I'm like,
well, he'll do like half, like when we first see him, and then he'll like tuck it in his hat, and
that's how you know, because his eyes will go halfway down, and then once the rest of the blunt's gone, you no longer see his eyes. I thought my cousin.
That's like so much.
It's not racist.
So much.
It's I don't understand. So Manny can attest to this. We used to just smoke out of a bong. His name was Ziggy. And out of we had
ruined my life.
Oh man.
I had never done this extracurricular activity before.
Hold on. I'll tell you the story, but we have to get to 25 likes. You have to stop right there. We're at 23. Closing the gosh darn door.
What is it with naming all your pieces?
So we also had this one we called Tuck Tuck, and because it looked like it was a bubbler, and it had a thing that came down like a gobble for water, and the pipe part went down and back up, and it looked like someone had tucked their penis between their balls to make like a hot dog in a bun situation. And that's why, you have to name your pieces. You can't not name them. Right? Am I the only one over here?
It's true. I mean, we named all our pieces.
Yeah, Ziggy, because it was zigzagged. Tell potheads are real creative.
So this is like when we had first met.
Yep.
It's like when we first met. And I was over at his apartment, and his friend Josh was there. Was it just the three of us, or there was some other?
It was a girl. There was a girl there.
I think there was some rando there too.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't remember.
But
some chick.
I had never partaked in this particular
activity.
Style
of
methodology.
Yes. Your methodology.
Yeah. And so he's like, just inhale and I'll take care of the rest. So I just like inhale and I'm like waiting, and he just like, and the whole time just like, and he
pulled it up.
pulled the plug on me, and I couldn't see.
It was so
It was
when Josh and
I don't know if it was worse that night or the night in California. Like, I don't know.
it was bad.
It's totally different though. It's not the same.
Because the paranoia
Is
sets
there
in.
a fire?
Go check.
I think I know what it is, but it smells like there's a fire. But that was, I think we may have done this activity one other time. Not my preferred method of delivery. Actually, I've gotten to the point now that I just prefer to eat all of my oregano. Thanks, Mike.
I mean, it's the easier way to do it.
It is the easier way to do it, and I also feel like I can enjoy it a little bit more. If it's inhaled, I just like go to sleep, and that's not what I want. I'm not looking for that.
It's a gradual.
Yes, it is
and
gradual.
Tends to last a lot longer.
Yes, there was one of the first times that somebody sent us some. We just went ahead. I think we went for the whole thing.
Each?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And I fell asleep, which is like pretty typical. And I think Nas may have been on Zoom or on Instagram chat or something. And he came to bed and woke me up to tell me how high he was. And I woke up and I was like, holy shit. I had no idea what was happening.
I trying to think of, so this was actually, it's kind of funny. It was I got an Instagram notice yesterday. My buddy was he was out from Virginia Beach out here, and he wanted to go inside a dispensary just to see what it was like, because they had just made it legal in California recreationally.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had a bucket list of stuff he wanted to do while I was here. He wanted to go to Disneyland to get some stuff for his cousin or something like that. I don't know. He wanted to go to Disneyland, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's go." So we went and stopped at a shop before we went to Disneyland. There's one like right down the street, and I think I ate 60 milligrams.
You didn't.
Before walking into Disneyland. And this was like, I don't know, it was probably 10 o'clock in the morning when we walked in, and I almost had a panic attack.
Yes.
It was bad. It was real bad, but it was, I do have pants on, China. But yeah, it lasted probably close to 12 hours.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's been times that I've like, if I eat too late, when I wake up the next morning, I'm like,
You're feeling a little residual.
Yes, there was one time, because like I definitely have heard like people who say that they freak out and they feel like they have to go to the hospital, or people have. My brother, at one point, his roommate called an ambulance.
Ooh.
Yes, called an ambulance, and another time I had ate, and Nas and I were downstairs. We thought the boys were taken care of, and the boys kept coming downstairs, and I couldn't get it together. Like, I just could not get it together. And I got to the point that I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was panicking. And I looked at Nas. I was like, I can comprehend what's going on right now. But if I didn't know what was happening, I definitely would have to call an ambulance.
What time is this?
When we were sitting on the red couches in front of the thing, and I was so Italian.
Oh,
like I couldn't breathe. I was freaking out, but I was laughing but panicking at the same time.
Was it
like the boys kept coming downstairs? I was you were not.
Oh, that's just right.
Me.
That's like the time I had to tell
and I was like,
I had to tell the boys one time, because I don't know how I would say this.
Well, hang
on. You were so Irish that you were throwing up and like, what's wrong with mom?
Oh.
I'm like, mom's got the flu, dude.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Mike just was telling a story about one time his friend came down. No, he just told it. His friend came down and he ate 60 milligrams before he went to Disneyland at 10 o'clock in the morning. Did your friend eat too?
I think he probably had like 30. He was feeling pretty good too, but I misread the dosage, how it was broken up, and
Oh,
I meant to take 30, and I took double that.
oh my God. It sounds like a really bad time. I'm not gonna lie.
First of all, that's crazy. I could never do that. What is Shane or not? Ricky, are you talking specifically about? I wish you would,
Oregano.
Shane. I wish you would join a Zoom because I know you work a Zoom on a Saturday. Or just anytime I ever post it on the Patreon page, join it. There's a lot of hookups that we can't discuss about, Italy, Ireland, and whatnot that you would enjoy the fruits of these laborious activities. Italy, you know what I'm saying?
It's different. It's all different. Like
Sunshine.
any form of consumption,
Yeah.
I react differently to. Vape,
I'm sorry.
green,
I don't.
food, I react differently to all of it.
Food. Oh, Italian food.
Yeah.
In particular.
Yeah.
It's
all different.
China lady crabs or whatever cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did
China
we
doll.
rename it? China doll cookies.
Yeah.
That's such a good name. That's such a good.
But like that is different
name.
than vape.
I cannot wait to crush Tim's entire. I'm gonna crush him.
He already said he's waiting for your excuses.
I'm gonna
why he
crush him.
Beats you
so flat, so hard. His ancestors are gonna feel it in the culinary field. I'm gonna.
Austin's never been Italian.
Oh, I can't wait till the militia house.
No, he's got a job at Tesla. Random.
But can I just go ahead and say that I don't think this has ever happened. Ever. Ron, hit me up. I don't personally have oregano seeds. We just kind of got fucked in that with the wintertime in Minnesota, but I don't remember what we were talking about.
Shane, that's really funny because I have that opposite reaction. CBD actually gives me a lot of anxiety.
No, Shane. That's what I'm talking about. Is what I'm talking about. I don't get Italian very often. Manny is a professional Italian.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I don't get that full Italian food doesn't do that to me, but CBD oil like gives me really bad anxiety.
No shit. I didn't know that about you.
Yes.
I didn't know you were fucking what?
Talked about that before.
Really?
Yes.
I know that. So what was it just talking about? Mandy, it was really important. Closing the goddamn door. I think me and Brendan Urie would be best friends.
You say that about a lot of people.
Am I wrong? Have I been wrong?
I don't know.
About how many not celebrities, but how many well-known folks that I like, I'm like, I'm going to get into their life and they're going to get into mine.
It happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
Yep.
And I usually 9 times out of 10, it works. Right? In terms of like becoming buds. And I think me and Brendan Urie would be best friends.
Okay.
No, you don't get it. We have a connection. He doesn't know it yet.
Okay.
Him and I have a connection, that can't be explained. He doesn't, like I said, he doesn't recognize the emptiness in his life until we meet. We give our first hugs during the COVID, and he then feels a void being filled that he didn't even know existed. That is how deep it goes.
All right.
You don't know. Pete Wentz wouldn't treat me like this. Closing the goddamn door. No. Yeah.
You were really high one time. I mean, really Italian one time talking about Brendan Urie.
I know. I don't want to talk about it.
You and
Can I get a hi?
You and why can't I think of Ray's wife's name right now? Cassandra.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. No. There's something different.
I don't know.
What was I talking about right before we're talking about CBD? Fuck. Mike, help me out. Oh, so I talked about it last night. If anyone's not interested in this story, just let me know. Salvia, I don't know what
Ooh.
that's getting. Yeah, it was bad.
That's bad. That's real
Don't
bad.
people die from that?
No,
I thought I was going to.
Yep.
Doesn't it only
Yep.
last for like a minute though?
Well, I was
It
gone for
seems like
months.
it lasts for about an hour.
Oh, I fell asleep, woke up like I lived a different life for what it felt like weeks. Like it felt like weeks, days, minimum weeks. Like I can tell you full-fledged memory. I can tell you full-fledged days I was gone. Let me just break it down. So it was three of us. No,
Isn't
no.
it synthetic?
Oh yeah. No. Salvia
No,
is
it's real.
it's a type of it's a sage variant.
What am I thinking of? That's a synthetic.
K2.
Oh, okay. That's
I
what
didn't.
was
Yeah,
thinking
when
That's really bad.
Okay, that's what I was
hey,
thinking
hey,
about.
hey, hey. When I did it, we didn't know it was bad, and it
Because couldn't you buy it at a tobacco shop for a while?
a long time. It's still available. It's called potpourri. But it's bath salts. That's what that is. I had no idea. So we didn't know you needed a spotter. So what ended up happening is we go and the dude behind the counter. Now you know me. The dude behind the counter is. I'm like, I need some. And he goes, "You ever use this potpourri before?" Not potpourri. That's what he called it, because it's got to be sold as that. And I'm like, no. He goes, "You want X50?" And I'm like, that sounds dumb. What? How high does it go? It's like, upwards of like 400 or some shit. I get the X50. I go out to the car and I tell Mike, I'm like, go back in. And I'm like, tell him you've done it before. He goes, oh, okay. He goes back and he comes out with X400, like whatever the highest possible concentration of this particular.
Does it look the same?
Yep. Oh,
It
no.
looks like
like,
bay leaves.
Oh,
like
okay.
the stuff that we the stuff we got was ground up. It wasn't like a full leaf or anything. Now we get back to the apartment and we pull out Ziggy. Me, you remember the couch? The pull out me, Josh, Mikey, Scarface, and we had on Happy Gilmore, Happy Gilmore, I think. And we all have our own bubbly. We have
spice.
No, Spice is K2. That's different.
Oh, okay. Because people are asking.
Yep. So we have Mikey's got Tuk Tuk. Josh has his own piece. I don't know what his name was. He has his own piece. He was a germ freak. He didn't trust Mikey, which to be fair, I didn't either. And then I had Ziggy. So I was gonna go to none of us knew that you're supposed to have a spotter. And this is a bad trip. I'll try to make it super fast. I fucking take the hit, and it felt like the hand of Zeus came out of the sky. And I'm not this is not an exaggeration. This is a full-fledged real. It says I'm getting goosebumps. And it felt like someone did this. I'm not gonna do it to you, but it goes like this, grabs my shirt and shoves me into the couch. As I'm shoved into the couch, and it's a really torturous experience, because imagine watching somebody like get really badly maimed, not hurt, like fucking like an arm ripped off in a farm equipment accident, but you're uncontrollably laughing. So like you're not enjoying the laughter. So I'm uncontrollably laughing. I look over at Josh and his face is going like down like this, and he's laughing, which makes it scarier. Now his head's starting to grow. Mikey's off in the corner. I don't know what he's doing with the wall, but he's doing something at the wall, doing something with the wall. And that's all the coherent memory I have of that point up until Scarface, my 150-pound American Bulldog Mastiff, jumps onto the couch, just his front paws, excuse me, and Josh starts petting him. What happens is, logically, I know now that he's petting him, what he was doing was smashing my dog's head like this. He would not petting him like this, nice. He would like this. Every time his head or his hand touched the top of Scarface's head, I was watching Josh murder my dog to the point where my dog's head was going boom, and then back, and then boom, and then back. And I cannot pick I don't have the fucking strength in my soul to pick my body up off of the couch, the back of the couch. As this is happening, I'm thinking Josh is murdering my dog. And this is why I don't trust hallucinogens. I would never do it. I didn't know it was a hallucinogen. I had no idea. We just saw someone do it on YouTube and we fucking did it. We're retarded. We're teenage boys at this time, like 19. And I look up at the TV. This is an old school flat screen. So it was a big flat screen, not a real flat screen. It just had a flat screen on it and it was heavy. And I see the Cheshire Cat. There's no head. It's just the Cheshire Cat on the top of the TV. And the tail's going from front to back, from front to back. And that's when I went into the TV and I began to live with Lil Wayne and Bob Barker in Super Mario Kart World. And I was playing mini golf. And it was almost torture because I couldn't get out of playing mini golf with Lil Wayne and Bob Barker. Emotionally even thinking about it, it was scary. And it sounds fun. It was horrifying. I would go to sleep. I would wake up. I'm still playing mini golf. Boom. Snap back to it. We were gone for less than like 7 minutes. And we all had separate, like very distinct trips. I don't know what to even call those words.
Wow.
It was bad.
What is
And then
stevia? What is
salvia?
What is it?
It's a strand of type of sage, I believe.
I don't know, because Will says that it's bay leaves sprayed with chemicals.
Oh, fuck, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be
I'm sure there's probably some out there that is.
Yeah, it was one of the worst experiences in terms of. That's why I've never done, I've never gotten to drugs. I'm scared. I've been offered copious amounts of cocaine, fucking meth, heroin. I've been offered lots of pills, and I have a rule. We've talked about it. Like no pills, powders, or rocks.
Yep,
it's that simple.
I thought you said pills, powders, pills. What pills?
Pills, powders,
and needles.
Pills, powders, needles.
I think.
And we should add rocks to that list, though. Yeah, pills, powders, rocks, or needles. None of that shit. It doesn't roll off the tongue quite the same, but I won't do drugs. Mostly because I'm scared, like I'll like cocaine, so I won't touch it. I won't do it because it seems like something that would be enjoyable. And I had a buddy of mine, Fat Tom, who I shouldn't fucking say his name. I had a buddy, Skinny T, tell me, he's like, no, do you like your truck? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you like your TV? I'm like, yeah. He's like, then don't do coke. I'm like, okay.
It's actually part of the mint family.
Mint. Okay, mint. Excuse my language. Yeah, it was legitimately one of the most. I don't ever recommend it. Can I show you an example of what I'm sure it looked like when we were doing it? Can I show you the video that made us do it?
No, I don't think we can do that.
Oh, sure we can. I mean, it's on YouTube already.
It does look like Bay.
So this, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to do this. So the video that I'm about to show you guys is the video that we watched and did it. It's fantastic. Yeah, and you can grow the shit.
Oh yeah, because we looked at it. I was going to buy some. No. This one, remember?
Oh my God, that's right.
I was going to buy it and I was going to plant it in our yard. And this was like, oh, what the fuck are you buying?
So this video, I hope it still exists. Oh my God, it does. 2008 is when we did this. They deleted it off of YouTube. Of course they did. Fucking pansies. So this is the video. This is one of the videos, but this one in particular is the one we watched. And we.
Oh, you've showed this to me.
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
Just pretend that I haven't.
Okay. I don't remember it, but.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. That was horrible. And while I'm doing this, I'll entertain you guys by singing. Haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? There we go. Yeah. Can I get a yeah? All right, there we go, guys. Bam. Now this is the video from YouTube. This is not Daily Motion. From YouTube that inspired us.
And welcome to Driving on.
Fuck, that's loud.
That's really loud.
Mike, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. I love you too.
And I guarantee that guy wasn't driving while.
Oh yeah, yes he was. Yes he was. Just wait. He's not driving. He's trying to. That's the whole point.
He's in a car.
I'm Eric, your host. Now today we're going to take the...
There we go.
Hello, and welcome to Driving on Salvia. I'm Eric, your host. Now today we're going to take the car out onto the streets, and we're going to do some K-turns, and then we're going to do some U-turns, and then we're going to go ahead and parallel park in a spot smaller than we have before. To start it all off, however, we need to take a hit of our salvia.
I'm going to go ahead and have to change the rating on this live stream tonight.
Yeah. Who just carries a bong around your car?
Well, he doesn't. He lives right there. And the crazy, if you guys can see how old this video initially was in its upload, it's not even widescreen. You can like hear the high 8 sound of digital recording in the background.
once you have that done, you're gonna hold it in for about
This is true. This is exactly what happens. Your eyes vibrate.
20 seconds, or until your vision begins to vibrate. At that point, you can start your car and you'll be good to go. In the meanwhile, check your mirrors. Make sure that they're pointing in the right direction. I'll be back in a moment.
You say I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah.
On that one.
What did he say?
A long time. On that one. Normally I'm supposed to hold your salvia so long. Otherwise it makes you trip into space. Excuse me. I have to go to space now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't get the visuals at all.
You didn't do enough of it. That's what I've.
No,
Yeah.
I did.
So what happened to you?
Yeah. Well, I just want you guys to see his face right at the
Yeah.
end, and then I promise, because the way that he looks at this cat at the end, and this is what I'm talking about. There's his face. Very cool. So that video, I don't know why. Now that I'm thinking about it, you know what I'm saying?
That would not make me want to do it.
Right, but we were 18 years old. So like, from that perspective, of an 18-year-old, 3 boys in a single bedroom apartment recording music for a living, that sounded like a great idea.
What
All right,
happened
Mike,
to you?
yeah.
I mean, I think I was probably, I don't know, I was probably 25 at the time. So it was a while ago. I
forget that you're older than us all the time. How old are you again? Without, no disrespect.
43.
Shut the fuck up. You look amazing. Dude, you look like you're 36. I hope. I'm nervous that by the time I hit 40, I'm gonna be like I'm 62 and shit. All right, keep going.
So I went to I actually went to my my local glass emporium and was looking at some new equipment and was talking to the owner there, and he asked me if I had ever heard of it, and I was like, oh no, what is it? And he's all, it's totally legal and all this stuff, and he's all, I'll give you a little sample if you want to try it before you get some. So I was like, cool. So it was me and one of my buddies, and so the first thing the guy does is he pulls out a chair and sets it down and tells me to sit down. So I immediately start to question my decision making. And so I did it, and I felt my, like you were talking about how your body just melts, like you lose control of, but I felt like I was being held down with a giant meat tenderizer.
Yes.
And it was like pins and needles kind of thing.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad I'm not the only one who experienced that.
And it felt like it went on for like 20 minutes, and it literally, he said it was like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll get some. And and then the next time I did it, basically was the same thing. We did the spotter thing with some of our friends. We were sitting around, and yeah, it's kind of the same deal. Melted into the couch and just couldn't move. And then I never wanted to do it ever again after that, because it just freaks you the fuck out. And then we had another time. It was the most hilarious thing ever. I wish I had a video camera for it. My buddy Matt. We were over at my buddy Paul's house, and my buddy Matt shows up, and he's got some, and said he never did it before, and he's I want to smoke some sage. That was the funniest thing I'd ever heard.
Wow.
But we were playing Nintendo Wii. We were playing Wii bowling, and so Matt did his thing, and I never heard someone laugh so hard in my life. He had a totally different reaction to it. He was singing along with the with
Wii bowling.
With the Wii. Like, I don't know if you guys had a Wii or whatever, but that where all the people hang out, the Mii's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we had we were in there because we were waiting. We were gonna load it up, and it was just in that screen where all the Mii's were at. And he was singing to it, and he was telling everyone hi and all this stuff. And it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. And I had my Nintendo character basically was an ass cheeks, and his eye was the butthole.
Fucking Cyclops.
So he's asking me about that and all that, and it's kind of funny. But
oh my god,
that was my experience.
So yeah, I'm sure, like, because there's different grades of it. Like I said, like you can get like 50x and so there's got to be a chemical enhancers and some of that shit. If I would have known K2, someone I know smoked K2 because they got piss tested, and he couldn't smoke weed. So, but K2 would give him the exact same high that we did.
But doesn't that like really fuck people's brains up?
Yeah, but here's the deal: is you can buy different strengths. So the one time when at the my BFF at the time, where I was with Sasha,
yeah,
brought it over in the studio, and it was the same thing as being Italian on oregano, but it was like tenfold. And something as I was laughing that hard, it wasn't Salvia, it was K2 that I knew this whatever this was is different. You know what I mean? Because I laughed that hard on oregano, but not like that. And it was not enjoyable. Because like as you're laughing, it's like one of those like, okay, nothing.
I'm done with this. There's definitely been times that I've eaten things
Oh,
before, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
yeah, thanks, Mike.
I know.
Thanks, Mike.
I said that to him earlier
I've
too.
never been Italian hungover, like Irish hungover, until I met Mike.
That was the funniest night.
Oh my god, that was a blast. That fucking the Jackbox. That is, I can't wait for Militia House specifically to play Jackbox in person. Legit, probably one of the most fun. I will take that memory to the grave.
When we got back, Mike, you and what was your friend's name that kept trolling us that when we were playing with in California?
My buddy Teddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys were playing another night after we got back, and I'm trying to sleep, and he's next to me in the bed on his phone, and he's got the iPad, and he's like laughing so hard he's got tears running down his eyes. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And I roll over and you guys were playing.
That was right after the Militia House. I went out to Virginia Beach.
Dude, it's one of those memories I'll take forever, and that's what I want to provide on the next one. I want to provide that. It's one of those things, like we can only do so much. I want everyone to show up, and I want it to just be a relaxed chill and just have an organic moment like that. Like that's one of those memories that I will have forever. And the Connecticut one too, like there's some fun stories, but it wasn't
very different.
Yeah, but it was still, it was a blast, but it was, but for a different reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. That one in particular was like, it was just wow. It was just like ECC could kiss my dick, like the house in general, and everyone vibed together. It's so much different. Like, and same with the Connecticut, but like we had a lot of people in Connecticut we didn't know, and coming in and out. Oh man! Plus, Mike had that sweet. Do you still have your Mustang?
Yeah.
Mike? Okay, good. Don't get rid of that. Don't get rid of that. In fact, you should drive it. No, you shouldn't. No,
it's not a good idea.
Not in the winter. Bitches, okay, some of the truck because it's 10:23. It's early. Again, if anyone wants those spots, I know Sarah just wanted. I think she wanted one.
Oh, she asked about it. You'll have to go talk to her. She
Yes.
said something about it earlier, and I don't remember. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
So there are nine spots officially, and then Sarah. So that makes 8 spots officially for a $200 pot system. It is non-profit. This is not a for-profit raffle or anything like that. This is to help Mama Thesis. We're trying to pay for some dentist bills. It's simple as that. It's $15 a spot for a $300 setup. So brand new .aio from .mod, one of my personal favorite pot systems of all time, and a authentic .shell. Big shout to Spacious Ted. I don't think it's a part of the militia anymore, but it doesn't matter. Big shout to him. Thank you so much for allowing me to review that, and then on top of that, just giving it to me. So people don't have to do that. When they do it, it means a lot, and I'm using it for a good cause. I had my time with it. It's time for someone else to enjoy it. Simple as that. Bitch, it's okay, some other truckers. Now, with that being said, big shout out to the sponsors, Inikin, as Vape. I kept saying Asgard earlier, didn't I?
I don't know.
I think I did. Either way, as Vape and Vapor Wrestle. We're gonna have. Can you just go ahead and show everyone what's going in the militia box?
There's 8 boxes over there.
Brand new box. Brand new. Just grab. Just real quick. All right, fuck your. Come on, just come on, just a little bit.
There's 8 boxes over there.
You are really sourpuss.
Mhm.
And Ricky Mahoney, I'm looking at your mod, and so on and so forth. So yeah, bitches. With that being said, I want to tell you that I appreciate Vapor Thesis. It is. Hold on. Angel says, "What is the militia house?"
We'll talk more about it when it
all right.
gets closer to that time.
Yeah, we will.
Because if we're back in lockdown, we're gonna have to postpone.
Yes, but militia
We'll
house.
talk about it when it gets closer.
We will announce it when we'll give everyone a couple of months heads up. Where we get a house, we all put money together to rent a
Airbnb.
Yep, Airbnb, and then we all, whoever wants to come comes. You want to sleep 30 people
Any
on the
other
floor?
time we've done it, it's been around a convention, but
Yeah, but now we're just going to do it just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So God willing, it'll be Candace. Whoa. We will be doing it. We'd like to do it in Minneapolis during the winter.
Here's the thing. I want to do it in the wintertime. This is my point. This is my 2 cents about it.
It's a great idea.
Because we were talking about it, and it's like anything that we can do here in Minnesota in the summertime, we can literally do anywhere else. But in the wintertime, like if you guys come here, you get to experience like real Minnesota, and we would love to take you guys snow tubing and just like
Snowmobiling,
like
whatever you want.
Really experience like real Minnesota winter. So that's our goal, but we'll see what the world decides to do.
Warren Lewis, let me tell you a story. Join the militia and come to the militia house. Period. That's the story. Canadian Vapor, you as well. Love you guys. Bitches, with that being said, I want to appreciate everybody was with this well.